This is the best I could do. I don't know what's wrong with the focus on this, especially on this side. I have cleaned the lens, I've cleaned everything. When I turn it around, everything's clear, but if I put it facing me, everything is, I don't know. I guess they just want me to be blurred out, which try not to be hard on myself. But anyway, I want to get right into this because this might be a little bit longer. I had a really rough weekend. Ate like garbage Saturday and Sunday. I don't know what happened. I was doing so really well, really focused. And I got thinking, going past my 25-pound mark, and I have this horrible repeat habit of gaining or losing 25 pounds, gaining 25, 30 pounds, losing the 25 pound thing. It's a huge circle with me. And I've lost almost 25 pounds. And yeah, self sabotaged. Really upset, got on the scale. I'm gonna cry. Don't cry. I'm tired of crying in all my videos. And I gained. And now I'm right back down to 19 pounds. I am so mad. I binged horribly, didn't pay attention to what I was eating. I'm not going to go into what I ate and how much I ate. Just know that it was bad. And as soon as I ate, like the higher sugar, higher carbs, something snapped in my brain. The food noise came back, and I just could not control myself. I tried to get back on track on Sunday and just could not. Back on track today because I'm forcing myself. At first I was really upset, really mad, really angry at myself. And I'm still upset at myself. But I also think it was something that needed to happen because it made me dig deeper. And it's like, okay, what can I do to change this? And I am convinced I manifest watching a video this weekend of a lady that I watched before, and I wish I had taken her name down and I didn't. She has a lot of weight to lose like I do. She's already lost 200 pounds, but she's still got more to go. But she looks really good. But she's still about my size, a little bit less. And I really like her motivation and how she talks and how she presents herself. And she said something that just went ding, 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 ding in my head. She shows up for herself. She treats losing weight as a full-time job. I love that. Now, she's not saying to go quit your job to work, for full time to losing weight, but to have the mentality. And it clicked with me how she explained it. It means that you show up for yourself. You put just as much work into losing the weight as you do if you were working at a job. And I was like, maybe that's how I need to look at it. Not even maybe. I am really going to focus on that. My problems why I failed this weekend were very clear once that bells went off. I did not prepare as much as I should have. I did not have any really foods that satisfy me. It's towards the end of the week before we get groceries. And I realized that I half planned. And just thought I can figure this out. I'm getting better at this type thing. And I realized I can't do that. I have to show up for myself. When I'm working, I put 100% into whatever I do, whether it's working at a job or working trying to get my business going. I put everything I do, I try to do my 100% best at. So why aren't I not doing that with losing weight? Why am I not putting that work in so the end result is 100% the best quality work I can do? So, starting today, this is my full-time job. I am putting everything into losing weight. I want this. I need this. There is no reason for me not to put my all in, especially because I do not work other than I do work from home, like doing, I don't want to say side hustles, that makes it sound so bad. But I do try to make money, trying really hard to get my digital Etsy up and running. I'm trying really hard to do little side hustles to make a little bit of money, but it's hard. It's hard to do when it's hard to find. But anyway, I need to show up for myself starting first thing when I get up. I have to build a work schedule, a habit tracker. And what I mean by work schedule is a work schedule towards the losing weight. I have my own work schedule for working. I need to now come up with a work schedule for fixing me. And the first things first is I need to make sure that I'm forming habits of making sure I'm drinking water in the morning. I have to, it's my job. I will not get paid if I don't drink my water. My paid is losing weight. Losing weight, pounds off, is my money. I know it sounds silly, but if that's what I have to do to get my mind to realize this is extremely important and you need to put just as much effort into yourself as you do everything else you do. And so that means coming up with some plans, some solid, and I do have some good plans that I put in place, but not completely. Every day, I can't not afford to call out sick. I'm poor. So like I have to have that paycheck, which is losing weight. And I know it seems silly, but if you can get yourself to focus that way, I mean, I love the way she explained it. I have to show up for myself. That means making sure I'm food prepping, making sure that when I make out grocery list, that I have every single thing covered, my lunch, for every day before the next grocery haul, quote unquote, payday. I need to do this. So that means it's going to take time. I'm not something I can just do in a half hour and be done. It's something that I am going to work on myself every single day, all day long, is I have to put that effort in. That means taking time to walking, even if, as we talked about, walking from one end to the other, which I have not done very well. That is a must. If I want to get paid, I have to do that. If I want to get paid, I have to do the water. I have to have my lunches prepared as much as I can pre-prep them, and have my dinners pre-prepped as much as I can, snacks, etc. Because that's what makes your day run fluid easily, is when everything has been worked out. Your job. You have certain things you have to do to complete your task, complete your job. And if you take one thing away, it can throw a monkey wrench in your day. And that's how I look at it. You know, I think about when I used to work for Walmart, when the lights went out. Well, down goes the machines. You can't work. Same thing with my body. When I don't feed my body the right foods and the water, the lights go out. And I can't give my body what it needs. I can't complete my day. So I have to take care of me. I hope this made sense, but it's just something that when she said, it clicked with me, thinking, although I am working hard, I am not being very organized about it. I'm not taking it as seriously as I would my job. I don't know how else to explain it. To show up for myself. I could show up for everybody else, and I would show up for my work, but I call out on myself all the time. This has to end. I have to have, and will I get a vacation day here and there? Maybe, but I don't want it to be such a, when I do take a vacation day, it doesn't mean, or I call in sick, it doesn't mean that it completely railroads me for 2-3 days or longer. So I have to earn them. I have to build up that time. And I'm not scheduling, let's go have a binge time. That's not what I mean. It's scheduling days to take care of myself, which leads me to what else I want to talk about. Part of my work schedule has to be taking care of myself. I talked about this before in another video, and I hate to say it because it is a stereotype of overweight people to be dirty, slop, whatever. And I can't sit here and tell you that it's not necessarily true, but not true in the way that they are doing it. They're saying to be mean and they don't have an understanding. When you're getting to my size, it's extremely hard to take care of yourself. I mean, it's physically hard to take care of yourself. And then when you have mental illness like I do on top of it, it's an uphill climb. And I don't want to, I've always been a clean person. My family was a clean people. I don't want to fall into that category, and I can feel myself slipping because it's so hard to go and take a shower and stand, and I can't have a seat to sit down. We have just a walk-in shower, so it wouldn't work. It just doesn't work. And then it's I don't know how much it'll cost. It's one of those like plastic shower. I don't even know how to explain it, but I'm afraid if I sit down on like a bathing chair or whatever you call it, that I'm gonna break I don't want to get that way anyway, but it's hard to take a shower. I get out of breath. It's not as enjoyable as a shower used to be. I do feel good once it's done. I feel fantastic. And that's what I got to do is I have to make sure I schedule in my showers every day, at least every other day. Some days I don't do a whole lot to get, so I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, I'm going to take a shower every day. But what I am going to do every day is wash my face, brush my teeth. I know it sounds so stupid, but when you stop loving yourself, you let yourself go because you just don't care. I got comfortable with being with somebody who doesn't mock me for no matter what I look like, and I don't go anywhere, do anything. So it's almost like I don't think I need to take care of myself. Another thing is making sure I'm dressed every day. My hair is done every day. That means on the days that I don't take a shower, like every other day, I have to make sure I'm still getting dressed. It's embarrassing, but sometimes right now, I can go a week or two, and it hurts. Oh, it's so embarrassing. I'm putting it out there because I know I'm not the only one, and I want people to know if you're struggling with it, I am too, and we can fix this. But those days that I don't take a shower, I will wear the same clothes 2, 3 days in a row sometimes, and I hate admitting that. That's so embarrassing. But I also don't have a lot of clothes, and it's like washing clothes every day, that takes up water, which we pay for, takes up soap, which we pay for, and we're not so broke we can't afford that stuff. But it's just I have got such a cheap mind that it's hard for me to think I need to buy laundry detergent every. It sounds so stupid, I know it does, and I'm not making excuses because I think that's what I was trying to do. I have got to start keeping on top of things, doing laundry, making sure I have clean clothes. Because I don't have a lot of clothes, I'm going to have to do a lot of laundry every day or every other day. I can't go 3, 4, 5 a week, sometimes 2 if my depression gets really bad. The longest I've ever gone is a month. That's embarrassing, but that's a deep depression. I don't feel comfortable. I don't like how I feel. I don't like the fact that I worry. I just don't like it. But my motivation is not there. So now I'm going to make it as part of my job. I have to do it. If I don't do it, I don't get paid. It's important to me to fix my health, physically and mentally. And sometimes we just got to put our big girl panties on and do it anyway. Because I know the after, I feel wonderful. So what's 15 minutes of, okay, this is a little uncomfortable. It's hard for me to stand here. But I've got to start thinking about how I'm cleansing my body. I'm going to feel so good when this is over, and this is good for my stamina, and I need to stand here and get my legs stronger. And just think about the more weight you lose, the better this is going to get. I have to show up for myself, not just for losing weight, but for my hygiene, my just feeling good. I'm not a normal makeup wearer, so probably won't do any of that. I may go back to my lip glosses, but I can't wear mascara that much and eyeliner, which I love to do, but I have very dry eyes, or I have very watery eyes because I have allergies to the weather. So I'm rubbing my eyes a lot. It just doesn't work out. I look like a raccoon. But I used to take care of my eyebrows, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do them right now. They've gotten way overrun. But one of my major bucket list goals is when I lose 100 pounds is to get these waxed. But I could still clean them up a little bit. Just take care of myself better. I can't afford to go get a haircut. Again, it's on my bucket list. Well, not even that I can't afford it, you guys. I'm not comfortable. I don't fit in their chairs anyway. And I don't want to be squeezed into a chair. I don't even know if they can even lift me up. So right now, it's just I can't do that. I'm not ready to try that task. That's a little bit above my task. I have to be down here and work my way up. Like any job, I have to be promoted up to here. And my promotions are losing weight. So I have been half-assing, excuse my language, these YouTube videos. So I've got to still show up. I'm going to show up for making more videos. I'm going to show up with more proof at the end of the month. And it's just, I keep putting all these great plans together, but I don't follow through. And not because I don't want to. I just almost like this part of me that gets afraid to. A part of me gets shy. A part of me thinks well, it's just boring. And I don't care if nobody, I have to really not care. I love it when just one person comments. Would I love more? Of course I would, but this is not about that. This is me about documenting my journey and for future looking back on as well. And this is just going to be my job. I have to If I want to be successful, it's got to be everything in my life, my hygiene, my eating habits, my showing up for social media, building a platform like I want, building my community. That means putting the effort in and not being so discouraged. Because I think, well, why am I wasting my energy putting things together when nobody shows up? Well, okay, show up for yourself. And I still believe in if you do that 100%, you're going to find your tribe because they're going to show up with you. And I have gotten a few subscribers, and when they do leave messages, you can tell that they're from the heart, and that's what's important to me. So I have to do my job and show up for you guys as well, because you're part of my job. You're part of my job. You are. If I want you to stay, I have to give you a reason to stay. So, and I know that these videos are long, and I know what my percentages are of who looks. I don't care. I'm doing it because I want to, and it makes me feel good, and I'm doing my part of my job. It's all I can do, like any job you do. What happens after you do your job is out of my hands. So I promise you, and I'm not saying this, I know I said I promised a lot, but I am going to start showing up more in every aspect of my life. I don't want this weight loss journey to be another failure. Say, yep, there's another person, they're going to do it, and they didn't. And it's not just that. I want to do it for me. I did a thing with GPT, and I can't believe I'm going to tell you all this, that I wanted to see, because you can put in a GPT. I saw a commercial of it, which made me do it, of where you could put a picture of what you look like, and you could say, show me what I look like if I lost whatever, and I said 200 pounds, and I know I'm not going to look exactly like that, you guys. I've never seen my body thin, never. And it showed me with the exact same clothing that I had on, I don't know how it does it, of a picture that looks sort of like me. It had a lot of good features. And I'm like, holy cow, I look pretty good for a 50-year-old. Now I know I'm not going to look exactly like that, but she looked a lot like me. Not like completely, though. She could be my sister. And I'm like, so I'm going to download that and keep that picture framed and thinking, I don't know if that sounds creepy, because I don't know if somebody, because that is probably somebody, or I don't know how they do it, but I'm just thinking it's motivational. If anything, it shows my body, and that's what I need to keep in mind and keep motivated and saying that's your end reward. That is your raise. So, anyways, I hope all this made sense. What do you think? Do you think I'm like? I don't know. I don't know. I think it's a good idea. I'm gonna try it. And let me know. All right, guys, thanks for listening if you've made it all the way through. And I hope you have a fantastic Monday. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.